All right, update on old girl. She's still working fine. I did tear the bucket. I had a 3/8 a 2-inch flat bar across, welded, reinforced. Tore the welds right here and right here. Seems to be holding up pretty fine. I still didn't replace my boom pin. Need to replace the pin. Put a pin with keepers. The swing bolts still keep coming loose. You tighten them up, they'll come loose within 5 minutes of running. I see it does have a stop on each side, on front and rear. I may put some stops on the side and replace with some better grade bolts. That'd probably help that. Still do have a hydraulic oil leak. Not a terrible leak. Still having trouble finding the correct seals for this valve. I asked Northern Tool. They were supposed to get back with me. That was a month ago. I never had a phone call from them. I did add an umbrella, 9 foot. It's tiltable. Simply welded a 1.5 inch by 8-inch pipe. I capped the bottom, welded the outrigger leg. Misses the seat just fine, plenty of room. And this is about as far and as big as she'll dig in one hole. It's at least 6.5 foot deep, maybe 9 foot round. And this is clay. I had to stop digging because I was on the edge. My outriggers were sliding down. I was going into the hole. So that's pretty much its limit from one position. That's about your limit of digging. I could have probably dug some more out on the sides, but I stopped right here because there's a cypress box with oyster shells. This is my drain field project, ongoing. What I'm doing here is making a big filter, fill it with rocks, then run my pipe over it, and this will be a filter because I have clay soil and water doesn't drain in clay. It did pass all the way through here, and there's another homemade rock filter underneath here that I decided I didn't need. I just covered this one up yesterday with a machine. I have piles of mud about 4 foot high right here with a big massive hole I dug. Just this one wasn't draining. After it rained, it would stay full of water for weeks, so it wasn't serving any purpose. And there's no way to restore, clean out, or refurbish a rock filter. You pretty much just got to build a new one. Yeah, the machine's doing great. You can see it, wet, soupy clay. It sticks it inside the bucket, so it's very hard on the machine. You gotta shake the boom and beat it on the ground to get it out of the bucket. But the machine digs it, no problems. Starter still works when it wants to, but this is the RPM I run the engine at to do everything. That RPM has got more than enough power to rip the bucket, bend the boom, flip the machine over. I mean, there's really no need for 15 horsepower. The hydraulic bypass, factory preset, it lets go so you don't overload the machine. And at that RPM, I can hit the bypass when I put in a bind, and it'll still bends the bucket and the boom, but it hits the bypass and doesn't let you go any further. So there's really no need for 15 horsepower. It's just a gas guzzler. I'm gonna drop it down to, I got a 10 horse diesel. It's gonna be fuel efficient. It should be plenty enough engine. I mean, I'm hand cranking this one anyway. My diesel doesn't have a starter on it, so might as well just, pull the rope and be more fuel efficient. But still happy with the machines, doing everything it's supposed to do. I will go pick up some schedule 40 or 80 steel piping, 1 inch. put pipe collars around, weld it, and maybe put a flat bar gusset to reinforce, because I have bent these pad eyes. I keep bending and unbending this section of the stick. Eventually I'm going to pull it off, put it in my hydraulic press, straighten it out. You can see cracked paint. That's an indication of movement and bends. But it is what it is. I can bend it and unbend it whenever I'm ready. But the machine's doing great. I'd say it's well worth the money, because there's no way I would have dug that hole, filled that hole, this ditch, and this hole with a shovel. It's at least 6.5 foot deep. It's a good ways down. And then I have a 2 foot deep trench going all the way to the house, 140 feet away. I want to get done with this project, because as you can see, I can't really cut the grass unless I do it with a weed eater. And I'm not about all that. So Monday or Tuesday I got a load of crushed limestone coming, and should take care of it. But yeah, I got so many projects for this machine. I've ripped out a bunch of trees, roots, stumps, dug plenty of holes, and I haven't had any major mechanical issues. Thanks for watching. Maybe next time I'll get a vid of it operating. It's kind of hard to do with one hand.